Good evening. Welcome back to Adventures in Natalie, Chicago. The story continues. I had recorded something while Abby and Chris were eating. The lovely and indomitable Sue Warner came over and brought what Abby and Chris said, "Look, chicken on a stick!" And some noodles and broccoli. The noodles and broccoli were awesome. Had a real good garlic flavor. I liked them. Abby and Chris ate them. They like broccoli, so they also had pine nuts. I totally dig pine nuts. The kids, no anaphylactic shock worries in our house. At least not that I know of. Both kids have had pesto and certainly complained about it, but the kids were like Chris was like, "Dad, I don't like these beans. They hurt my tongue." I don't know. And Abby was like, "What are these?" And I said, "They're pine nuts." And she said, "You mean like from the pine tree in the front yard?" And I said, No, honey, like from Miss Sue's pine tree in her front yard." I have no idea where pine nuts come from. Some kind of pine tree. I don't know. Anyway, I had recorded something during that meal with Natalie, but apparently there was no sound, so I'm doing it again. Good day today. Abby went to school. Chris went to preschool, so I was alone with Natalie for at least 2.5 hours while Chris was at preschool. We spent some of that time walking around the North Riverside Village Commons Park. We went in the playground area, went on the swings. She digs swings a lot. Walked around the pond. I worked her pretty hard today. She was really tired at the end of the day. Chased some ducks. That was pretty cool. I don't think she knew what to make of it. Didn't get any smiles out of her for that, but I think she liked it. I don't know. She seemed interested in them. Sang the Five Little Ducks One Out One Day song. Quack, quack. She loves it when I go quack, 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 quack. And so so I did that, and some of the ducks started quacking like crazy, and she quacked. She quacks when I sing that song sometimes. Worked on ABC from the alphabet today, and I got her to say all three, A, B, and C. Was so impressed, tried to get her to go to D, and she was like, "Mwah." She wanted nothing to do with that. What else? The quack, 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 the ABCs, up and down a lot of stairs today, so working those muscles. It's funny, with a kid, you work muscles that you're not used to using, and like the next day you're stronger. At my age, it's you work muscles you're not used to using, and the next day you're dead. So, I don't know. I feel pretty good. I had all last week, humping the hills of Hong Kong, and so I feel pretty good. I'm sort of past that sore level. The day was ending okay. Grandma and Grandpa and Candy Black came over today, and that was fun. Natalie got some more exercise, so did Abby and Chris. Abby was really proud of her homework today, and I was proud of her too. She really likes school. She's going to excel at school. She's got some natural brains and some real strong focus, which I never had when I was in school. Just ask anybody who went to school with me. Brains, maybe. Yeah. So at the grocery store today, Abby said, "Daddy, I know what I want to be for Halloween." And I said, "Oh, okay. Well, what is it?" I want to wear that pink sparkly dress that Mommy got me that you said looks like a cheerleader dress, and I'm going to be a cheerleader. And instead of going woo woo with pom poms, I'm going to go boo boo with pom poms. I'm like, "Oh, that's hilarious! You'd be like zombie cheerleader." And then I turned to the girl behind the register. I said, "That's kind of redundant, isn't it? Zombie cheerleader." And she didn't think that was funny. I don't know. Maybe she was a cheerleader at one time at LaGrange High School. She looked like she could have been. Now the guy bagging the groceries thought that was funny. And so I did get a little chuckle out of him, and frankly, that was enough. That was one little chuckle today. And one little chuckle went out one day, over the hill and far away. Daddy cracked jokes, but nobody went yak, yak, yak. Yeah, I'm kind of losing it. So the date ended kind of rough. The third feeding didn't go quite as well as I'd hoped. She choked down quite a bit of soup, and I was really impressed with that. So I wanted to push a little bit more soup, and I pushed too far and didn't end that feeding really well. And then tonight I had this brilliant idea that instead of a bath, a normal bath, which Natalie loves, she also likes sitting in the bath with the water running. I figured I'd just have her sit in the bath tub with the water running and not really do a bath, just have the water running and scrub her up really fast. And yeah, a lot of tears. That didn't go over really well. I had this logistical issue today with Judy working at the hospital and me taking care of the kids, and it was like, how do I do baths, because I can't really leave Natalie alone, plus she has to eat. So what we've been doing is, when Judy's home, one of us would give her a bath and then take her downstairs for her last feeding. I know it sounds terrible when you say feeding, but I mean, that's basically what it is. You sit there, you do ABCs, you sing with her, maybe you do some flashcards while the tube is feeding her Pediasure. In the middle feedings, try to spoon out some cold water and some soup, and with limited success since we came back from Chicago. In Hong Kong, it went great, so much so the folks at Mother's Choice were kind of impressed, and that always makes me uncomfortable when people say they're impressed with stuff that I do that I frankly it just happened. It wasn't like I worked really hard at it. It just sort of happened. Yeah, so the bath, a lot of tears. The third feed. Oh, okay. So what we would do is Judy would, or one of us would do the feeding, or no, give her a bath and then take her downstairs for the feeding. And while she was feeding, the other one of us would wash up both kids. And then by the time all three are done with what they're doing, we can put them all to bed at the same time. And we got zone coverage, and it works out pretty well. I was struggling with the logistics tonight, so I ended up managing it. It all worked out, but some tears at the end, and man, she grinds her teeth, like a chainsaw against concrete when she's stressed, and she was doing that like right before I laid her down in bed. Lay her down in bed. School is going to be tough for Abby when she comes home and starts asking me for advice. Just the teeth grinding thing. I wish she wouldn't do that. It hurts when she grinds her teeth like that. Yeah. We'll work it out. A lot of doctor's appointments coming up. She saw the pediatrician yesterday. That went pretty well. Got GI, feeding clinic, occupational therapist, physical therapist, speech therapist, orthopedic, doc, general surgeon, probably squeeze an ENT in there somewhere. And that's just this month. hopefully before Judy gives birth. Which who knows? That could be, Saturday. Don't tell her I said that. Woo! I'm just really grateful for everybody who's helping out, and thankful for just the kind words and the affirmations and the positive feedback. I'll try not to babble so much, and maybe even talk about something else on some of these updates. I don't know. Anybody want to talk about pine nuts next time?